Well, hello there! So today, let's learn how to create a festive fall wreath using epoxy, a wooden panel, and vinyl. I started this project by drawing out some really simple leaf designs on my iPad using the Procreate app and the Apple Pencil. I then cut those images out with my Cricut on this really cool textured vinyl. Oh, and before I forget, don't stress about trying to draw these leaves out. If you head to mossepoxies.com, you'll be able to download them for free. We have a whole bundle pack with all 6 leaf designs. Once you applied your first layer of leaves, go ahead, flip the panel over and cut off the excess. Make sure to tape up the edges with some masking tape and pour on your Moss Epoxies Tabletop Pro tinted with brown acrylic paint. While that's curing, let's go cut out some more leaves. For this layer, I'm going to be using a matte white vinyl and some Festive acrylic paints. Using a sea sponge and a pouncing brush, and actually I'm not even sure if it's called a pouncing brush, but it's just an old paintbrush that's flat and round. Anyways, I use that to sponge on the colors and gently blend them into the stickers. Once your paint is no longer glistening wet, take a toothpick and gently run it around the outside border of your sticker. Now this is really important. Please learn from my mistakes and don't skip this step. After your leaves are completely dry, stick them on your cured and sanded wreath. I made sure to sand between each epoxy layer. After sticking on some of your hand-painted leaves, flip that panel over and cut off the excess vinyl. To add a bit more detail to your leaves, use a gold paint pen or whatever color you would like to lightly draw on some veins. Okay, let's add another layer of Moss Epoxies Tabletop Pro. We're going to tint it again with a little bit of brown acrylic paint. This just gives our layers a little bit of depth. It's going to tone down the previous layer of leaves while making this top layer of leaves totally pop. Don't forget to cut off the excess vinyl with your craft knife and make sure to draw on those veins. Let's seal in these leaves with another layer of Moss Epoxies Tabletop Pro, this time no tinting needed. Using that same textured vinyl as the first layer of leaves, we're going to cover that whole entire bow. Now it's going to look really crazy right now, but just trust the process. Just like all of the other steps, make sure to trim off the excess vinyl. And now we are going to take off that tape finally. Use a heat gun to make your life a little easier. I know we just took off the tape, but now we're going to put it back on, but only on the back of the panel, not on the edges. We're going to seal in the edges with a little bit of varnish. This just gives you a really nice clean line when we're using our acrylic paint to paint the edges brown. Y'all, we are in the home stretch. Let's add our final layer of Moss Epoxies Tabletop Pro. Again, we're gonna leave it clear just to seal in all of our hard work. Once this layer of epoxy is completely cured, go ahead, take off that tape and throw it away. You can also use a palm sander to smooth out any rough edges. For the cherry on top, let's make a beautiful burlap bow. I used 4 strips of ribbon, a long, 2 medium, and a short. I also used hot glue and some weird plastic that I had laying around to try and make the ribbon not stick to itself. It kind of worked, kind of didn't. It probably would have been better with like foil or wax paper, but you know, lessons learned. Next, place those 2 loops on top of each other and do kind of like an accordion fold. It's weird to explain, so you might have to watch this part over. I know I did when I was looking on YouTube. Next, secure those loops together with some wire. Now we're going to create the center of the bow. So take the shortest piece of ribbon and glue both the edges together to create kind of like a weird ribbony tubey thing. And then you're gonna do that same accordion fold to our last piece of ribbon. You're gonna fold it in half and attach it to the bow using the wire. Next, take that weird short tubey thing, wrap it around the center of the bow, and attach both the ends using hot glue. Finally, let's attach the bow. Use whatever kind of glue you'd like. I used Gorilla Glue and hot glue, trimmed the edges, and sealed the ends with some more Gorilla Glue. Well, we did it! We created a one-of-a-kind festive fall wreath using a wooden panel, epoxy, and vinyl. I am so happy with how this turned out, and I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. For more information on this project and many other projects, check out mossepoxies.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay creative and happy crafting.